Hey guys, Long Haul Larry, and we're up here at the Yooper House still working around up here, working on a few of the projects. We had some really heavy rain for a couple days, kind of flooded the place out here, but got a few little things done. Tracy here is almost got the furniture done. She's been working on it, putting coats of paint on it. It's like a light blue. She wanted to add some color to the room. And then it's a stain, it's a darker stain. It's the same stuff that I used on the doors for the cabinets that I built. So they kind of match the nose. And this is getting dry now, and then we'll put a coat of some kind of polyurethane or something on top of that, protect it. But got two end tables and then a large table over there. But we do have the floor all painted. And this looks really good. This really came out really well. I painted that half. You can kind of see a line there. I painted that half about 3 days ago. Let that all dry really good and everything. And then yesterday I moved everything over that side, off of that side, cleaned it all up, and put a coat of paint on that yesterday afternoon, evening. And we'll let that dry all night long. And it's not all fully dry, but it's dry. So, garage floor is all done, and I gotta say it looks really good. You can kind of see the different color. This is a little bit more brighter on this side. It's just older paint, so it'll blend all in and stuff. But that is so much better of a garage floor. No more lips to trip over, the concrete raised up like that. It's really come out nice. I really have liked it. The rocks over here. Haven't done very much with this. I need to dig out this front over here, but it's been so wet. I don't want to drive the tractor up here. I afraid of big ruts and everything. But it's got to be dug out and everything for the forms, for the concrete to be put in and all that stuff. And a lot of people had questions about the snow removal and the snow piles up in here. I'm actually going to pour this concrete 6 inches thick so that I can drive over the top of it with the tractor, and I'll just get the bucket in there as far as I can and scoop out. It doesn't need to be all fully cleaned away from it. I just need to get it out to make room so the snow's not, up over the top. But if I need to get in there to clean out a little bit here and there, I can reach over the top and scrape some snow out of there and stuff. But that's why I'm gonna put a 6-inch concrete sidewalk in, so that if I have to, I can drive over top of it, and they'll have rebar and everything else in it. Back here, have been clearing and clearing. I'm finally able to move the tractor. It still gets stuck, but not as bad. I'm able to get it out with the bucket and stuff. I tried it yesterday. It was just still too wet back here. But back here where I've been scraping and everything, this here just turns into mud. And I can get in and out of here and stuff. I sometimes have to put the bucket down and then rotate the bucket out to push me back to get, so I don't get it buried. Would have been nice to have 4-wheel drive, but they're a lot more money. But I have been back here just pulling trees. I got this huge root system pulled out of here. It's a big root ball. It's over there in a pile now. And I've been working on just pulling trees and all these laying all here. This is all roots and stuff. I'm just pulling them out. I'm using the bucket here and just using a tractor to yank them out. I tell you what, these hydraulic rams that I got on here, these things have a lot of power. They actually, I think I can actually, the big hydraulic rams that push the arms up will not lift it as much as just the hydraulic rams. So I can pick it up, and then if I curl the bucket, that just rips them right out. But there's some big ones in here and stuff. I mean, that's a pretty good size one there that's going to come on. But some of these root systems, they come pulling out of here. But I thought I'd show you guys the power of old Pop here. Pulling some trees out. So we got her in reverse. Yeah, so she's spinning a little bit. But what I'll do is raise up the bucket. Up the front end, and as I go in reverse, I just curl the bucket up. I have to do it once more to get up out of here. One more. There we go.
Big stump off.
Well guys, we've gotten this corner pretty good cleaned out. At one huge stump that was there. Got that thing pulled out. I didn't know if it was going to come out of there or not. But now I just got to clean a little bit here. Just a bunch of little saplings there I'm going to clean out. What I'm trying to do is, this is an apple tree right here. That's another apple tree. I think it probably shares the same root. There's a bunch of dead stuff up in there. Somehow I'm going to get that out of there. I don't know. I was thinking about just taking the tractor bucket, going up in there and just knocking it out. It's all dead on that one side. What I'm trying to do here is trying to take out everything that is growing up through it that is starving the trees out. And that way the trees can grow better. And they'll produce better apples. Neighbors, they have an apple tree over there. And they have it all separated like that. And it has really good apples. They said it tastes really good too. But, so that kind of stuff, that's what I'm doing. But the shed is going to go right here. And I've gotten this mostly cleaned out all back there. I got it all those trees are pulled. They're just kind of laying there, back in there. There's a couple to pull up in here. There's one here. And that's as far as I'm going to go. The shed is going to go right here. It's going to sit right back in this corner. My sewer line actually runs, the drain field here actually runs right alongside where these tracks are, where these grooves are. I got kind of stuck getting that rut out of here. Made up some pretty good ruts. I had to be very careful going across there because that's where the sewer line, the drain field for the sewer is. And so I'm just working on this stuff, cleaning up. Trace has actually been gone for 3 days, I think, something like that. You know how it goes, you know. Every 2 weeks, she's got to get away. She had to run home and babysit. So I've just been working on this on and off as much as I can do. Ice, come back out here. But this is good for me. This is good for me to get out and be doing stuff. Oh, look at who has shown up. You have shown back up. You've come back. No? Because then you can help. You can put on the gloves. I'm just kidding. You don't have to run away. I guess you should come back, I guess. But I have been working over on the other side. And I've started to like dump some rock and stuff in here. I got to get a base in here. It's just, this is low back here. I've figured out that the water table in here is, it's not that far below, guys. I have a hole over there that I'm doing something with, and the water table is not that much lower, so I need to raise this up. This is low back here, so I need to get this up. But I have started to clean this out. It's just been garbage and garbage. This is where the guy that lived before here, this is where he stuck all his garbage. He just threw it all in here. And I've made it back to here. You can kind of see this is where I've stopped now. But it's just all full of just metal and glass and plastic and just garbage. And he's just been throwing it all in here. The next door neighbors over here, they have the property. They actually own these trees. And our property line is actually like right here, kind of where I cut into there. That's pretty close to our property line. I've been pulling some garbage out from underneath these trees and stuff and kind of separating it. It's a big job. I mean, they're not going to mind if I clean this up and stuff. I'm kind of thinking what we'll do is use the weed whacker with the blade on it and cut all this high grass down underneath here, so it looks a little bit better. But I'm going to talk to a neighbor about it. But next is to come in here, and I've gotten all the metal and glass that I could find, and I'm going to come in here and scoop up. This is like branches and stuff that's just been piled in here. I'm going to scoop all this up, try to get it with the bucket, take it over there, dump it on the pile, and just continue to keep working back. See, the property line, it's like right here. It goes like straight back this way, right back by that pine tree. That pine tree is kind of the property line. And so all of this stuff needs to come out. This is where I'm going to build a shed at, is where this is. So I need to get all this out, need to get all the roots out, and then I can start raising it, getting a grade up here. And then I'll start having gravel brought in and make a driveway up to the road, move that shed. And I'm not going to build in a shed until next year. Well, we're way back here, guys. And I'm almost done with pulling trees. There's a lot of small ones I'll probably do with the side-by-side, but pretty much at the end with the big major ones with the whole pop here. And this is a whole apple tree that needs to come out of here. So I got with a plan for my shed. And this is what is in my way. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think 7 apple trees at my property. I think this one can go. Well, let's see if old Pop can do it. This is gonna be a big one. I'm trying to get it out in one piece. Well, guys, I am done clearing trees. I am 99.9% done with stumps. I got one stump that I forgot. And, wow. I'm going to say this has been almost a month of doing this. I did not project this much time. This place was such a disaster. Wasn't even funny. I knew it was bad, but wow. I'll show you guys around. I actually ended up, Pops did great. I can tell you right now, I thought, oh, okay, I could rent a skid loader or something, come out here like over a weekend and do all this. Wow. I mean, I've been doing this off and on for like a month. And Pops has done great. I don't know if you saw those things I lifted, and I mean all the stumps and stuff. I don't know what really saw. But guys, I mean, this thing, these rams held up so great. All the welds and stuff that I did, I mean, that was awesome. It held up so good. I was lifting stumps that was lifting this whole tractor up in the air. And I mean, and I was just shaking and stuff, and the bust, you know, stuff loose and everything. And Pops did great. Really good. Pops is going to need to get fixed up, though. Need some windows and lights and stuff. I have all the stuff I've been ordering. I've actually had to repair both front tires. This is actually a brand new, well, it's a used tire. I just got it on there today. Yesterday I was doing some stuff, and I had so much force pulling a stump that there must have been a rock underneath it, and it squatted a tire down and actually bent the rim. And it started leaking and stuff. And I went back, got the air compressor on it and put some air on it. And as I was driving it out, it went flat again and popped off of there, and it kind of wrecked the bead. So they ended up putting a used tire on there, and I had them put a tube inside of it because the rim has some bends and stuff, and I hammered it straight. I just didn't, and being down with skinny tires like this and this wet stuff, you push down, the mud just goes up into in between the tire and the rim, so it makes them leak. But that's all fixed. This one here, the tube was leaking where the valve stem comes out, and I had a warning. They put these special inserts in there and keeps it from wearing and stuff, and they patched it up for me. So now this is all working great. But I will show you guys around. The yard is a disaster. Tracy just goes, "Oh my goodness, you destroyed the place." It is a mess. And really now the cleanup begins. But this pile right here is actually just all stumps. Just stumps and garbage, anything that burns and stuff that I've dug out around here has been thrown on this pile. And this is going to wait till this winter. We get a bunch of snow and stuff. I'll just dump a bunch of gas or diesel or something all in this and to soak all this and then light her up. But it's going to be a pretty good fire. This thing's going to last, probably burning for a day or two. So I'm not going to do that until the winter time. That way there's snow everywhere to keep everything from catching on fire. It's going to be a pretty good size one. I've cleaned out all this stuff. And guys, I'm going to continue to keep finding garbage and everything else. I've knocked these weeds down. This is actually not my property. This is neighbors. And I wish he was up here. I really wanted to talk to him about it. I want to go all the way over, but I don't know if he wants that kind of there as a barrier or not. I'm hoping he comes up this weekend because he doesn't live up here full time. He just comes up once in a while. I'm hoping, I know he's not going to mind because all I've been doing is just cleaning garbage and cleaning all the crap out of there and stuff. But that group of apple trees and that group over there behind this one is kind of right on the line, right on the property line. And I've cut like dead limbs all out of it, trying to prune the stuff up, and maybe the apple trees will grow better without all the thistle stuff growing up inside there. I've cut a lot of those out. This is just wood that I've cut up from just on this side of here. I have a whole another pile of wood over on the other side. I gotta load this in the tractor and haul it over and throw it on that pile. But what I plan on doing is all this pile right here is all the junk wood. The thistles and thorn stuff and everything that was all over in this area. And I just piled it here. And what I'm doing is I'm renting a wood chipper. I was trying to get it for tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday. I don't know when this video is going to come out, but tomorrow is Saturday, and my sister and her husband are coming here. And they are visiting, and they're coming up to help and stuff for a few days. And I was going to try to have this wood chipper here to get rid of all this stuff, but it was already reserved. I couldn't get it. The earliest thing to get is Monday. So Monday I'm going to have this thing in here. What I'm going to do is just feed it into here and I'm gonna blow this wood chips all up underneath here. He doesn't mow into here and stuff. He just mows over by the edge there and stuff. But what I would like to do is blow all this with wood chips all in here to keep all the thistle thorny stuff from growing back up in here. My property line is like right here. It's like right here. But, you know, I'd like to just blow all this in with the wood chips and everything, and that way it doesn't grow up in the weeds and all this stuff. Just look better. I mean, he's not going to mind. He's a pretty cool guy. But I kind of want to talk to him about it, because if he wants the rest of this junk wood cut out of here, I certainly would do that and wood chip it. Because, I mean, he does a really nice job of cleaning up his yard. But I've gotten this all cleaned out, all the way back. And the top layer of this is going to have to be scraped out of here and stuff. And everything. And then I'm going to have to start building this up with rocks. And then getting gravel in here to build this up. Because this is about 1.5 feet lower than... I needed to raise this about 1.5 feet back here to build my shop. I'm going to be building... I think what I'm going to build is a 24 by 40 shop. And then I'm going to build two lean-tos on it. And the shop will probably be... Oh, let's see. I would say probably right about there. Probably where that mud puddle is, from there over to there. And it'd be 2 bays, 12 foot, and then 40 feet. And I'm kind of thinking where that rock is right there will probably be the end of the shop, and then 40 feet up. And that will end up about where that pile of door and the metal and stuff is. That'll probably be about there. It's going to be a decent sized shop and everything. You know, you can never go too big. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a lean-to on the back of it. And my thinking is I'm going to make it wide enough for a snowmobile. And I'm also going to make it wide enough to fit my side-by-side next to it. And I'm going to have the lean-to off of it. And I'm going to put a garage door on each end of it, I think. One of those little roll-up doors. And I think I'm going to build a whole mechanism and put racks on the wall so I can pull my snowmobiles in, use a lift, like a winch that's on the UTV, my side-by-side, and have an I-beam up in the ceiling of it on a lean-to, drive the snowmobile in, put some straps on it, lift it up with the winch, and then have trolley wheels that I can push the thing along and put it on the mount, on the wall. And that way I can put 2 snowmobiles up on the wall and 2 below it, and they'll be up off the ground and the tracks won't rot or nothing. And then in the summertime I can park my side-by-side in there too. And then I'm also going to build a lean-to out here, coming out here, probably about where this rock is here, coming out, that'd be big enough for pops. And it's just going to be an open lean-to that I can just back pops into just to keep the snow from dumping onto it. This is the other pile of all just junk wood. I mean, there's so much. And you can see why I need to build this up back here. I'm just going to be dumping rocks in here. As I'm picking them up, I'm just dumping layers of rocks in here and stuff to build this up. And then I'm going to run over on pops and then to start bringing in gravel and building this all up and everything. But I can't even get back here anymore because we've had so much rain. And I mean, it's dry now. But it's still... Oh, had a deer in here last night. Those tracks weren't there. The water table is not too low. I need to build this up quite a bit back here for the shop. Make sure it stays up out of the water and stuff. So, as I'm picking up rocks and everything else, I'm just throwing them in there. But then, you got this huge pile of all the stuff. And then we got this pile over here. Was basically just that corner cleaned out. There was so much more here than what I thought there was. And this was a lot of work. I've gotten this all cleaned out back there as far as I want to go back. The neighbor's property is this guy over here. His property actually cuts across in the back of mine. Probably 25, 30 feet back there behind where I stopped. I figured, not to get too close to him. We got this all cleaned out though. And what I'm going to be doing is putting my shed right there. I'm going to try to move that shed and see if it doesn't fall apart. If it does fall apart, I'll have to build another one, but I'm maybe I could put some beams underneath it and drag it with pops and pull it. I may wait till the ground freezes, and that way I won't be rutting everything up and so bad. It's really bad, you know, if I drive across here, it just smushes it in. It has dried out a lot, and I have taken the blade and kind of smoothed it out a little bit, but it was just so bad in here. So all of this stuff, what my plan is to get that wood chipper in here, do that pile over in that trees, and then I'm going to start back here on my crooked freedom lane. I came out with the tractor and caught it with a bucket and busted one of my ties loose, so no big deal. But I'm actually gonna bring that wood chipper back here and kind of start like right here, and all of this junk wood that I have laying in here and stuff, I'm just gonna feed it in and blow it back there so that all the stuff stops growing up through there. And that way I don't have to kind of maintain this, to kind of make it a nice bed that I can drive through here and cover up rocks and everything else. And then I'll be pulling it up here and then putting all that stuff and just blowing it back in here and leveling this all off and making it all nice. This is all my other wood pile. Everything's all cut up. I just have it here, and I have all the pieces cut there and everything. And I'm also going to build a fire pit thing, like right where this pile is. And I'm going to build like a fire pit out of like cinder blocks and everything, with like a chimney out of it. The screen on top so ashes and stuff don't fly out of it and everything, but we could burn garbage, and maybe once in a while have a campfire. So there you go. This thing has been a ton of work, and there's so much garbage. It's really disgusting that somebody treated their own property like this. But I mean, the amount of junk that I keep just digging out of here is just unbelievable. It's crazy. And I mean, all this just junk. I mean, this is all kind of like metal stuff here. All this just dug out of the ground except for the lawnmower. But everything was just dug out of the ground. And I mean, it's just junk everywhere. And then there's just so much, I mean, like the glass. See, this right here is 2 buckets full of glass. And there's another one over there behind that pile I got to go and grab. And that one's almost full. And I just, every once in a while, I find these piles of glass, piles of nails. It's really crazy how somebody could treat their own property like this and throw garbage like this. But it has been a ton of work. And basically, I got to move all the wood that I cut. I cut all that wood up for that fire pit that I'm going to build. I figure I'll stack it all up next to it and put a tarp over the top of it, cover it. And if we want to have a bonfire, I figure we can come out and, you know, throw some wood in there and stuff. I'm not going to heat anything with wood or nothing. But, so that's all going to be for that and stuff. And then when I get the wood chipper in here, you get rid of all these piles here. This is going to be so opened up in here. It's really crazy. So yeah, wow. Guys, from what this was to what it is now is unbelievable. I know it looks disastrous because there's ruts and everything's torn up and stuff. Basically, I'm trying to get this all cleaned up before the snow happens, and trying to get this done. And then next year, as soon as it dries out, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to have to get that built up, and then I'm going to have to dig the lines for to bring propane back to where I'm going to have my shop, and the electrical. I'm going to have to tap into the fuse box inside and run a big service down back to the shop and everything. And then once I get that done, I'm going to rototill this whole lawn. I'm going to rototill everything, and then I probably will get an I-beam and hook it up to the back of the side-by-side, put some weights on it or something, weight it all down, and put a piece of chain link fence behind it. And once I get this all rotated, just sit there and just drive around in circles for days and just smooth all this out and get this all nice again and everything, and then plant it to grass. And we'll have a super nice lawn. I mean, we got a nice sized lawn here now. And the thing is, all our neighbors, like them guys over there, these guys over here, the people across the street, they all really do a good job of maintaining their lawns and keeping their place up and stuff. And up here, that's not very common. A lot of people don't even mow their grass. And I mean, the guy that we had, I think it was like here is as much lawn as he had from the house to here. This is how much lawn he had. All the rest of this was just all grown back and just junk. And it's taken a lot to regain it, but we have done it. My back is not doing so good. Yesterday I was back there messing around with something. Me and Tracy were working, just cleaning up, cutting stuff, and I stepped up on kind of a mound over there, and I stepped on a log that was in there. I didn't kind of catch it, didn't see it, and it was one of those cut logs I had laying there, and I stepped on it and it rolled, and my one leg just jerked back and down real hard. I felt like a shotgun went off right where my surgery was. So it's been pretty rough, but just have to do a recovery. It's fine. Everything will work out. So Tracy, see, look at this right here. Bend over. Here's another piece of glass. It's everywhere. It's just unbelievable. Tracy's out and she went grocery shopping at Walmart. She said to get the bail money ready. She hates going to Walmart and stuff. You know, there is some other grocery stores up here, some Pats and stuff, but they're a lot more expensive. And she's gonna be getting a lot of groceries because my sister and her husband's coming up here, and so she's gonna do quite a bit of grocery shopping. So she went there. So it's Friday night grocery shopping at Walmart. Better get the bail money ready. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. Tracy comes back and goes, "Oh my God, just destroyed." But the neighbors keep looking at it and going, "Wow, you're really opening this up." So, yep. It'll be nice when I get it all done. I have a vision. I'll get it there. So I'm going to let you guys go. I hope that everybody out there is having themselves a great day, great night as they're watching this in your video. And if you're not, I'll certainly just try that all over again tomorrow. You want to hear some really crazy news? I'm fighting something right now. See that second row of pine trees? See these couple groups right here, and then there's another row behind that? There's actually land back there that is owned by the township that I live in. I just went to a township meeting and found out that the supervisor and this other lady kind of have a plan going on of turning that into an RV park. Not a fan. And I have been talking to the neighbors. Nobody knows about it. Nobody is happy about it. I'm gonna be doing the whole thing and petitions and door to door and telling everybody, and we're all gonna get down to the town hall meeting, and I'm gonna see if I can get this stopped. I didn't move all the way up here to the North Woods to live in an RV park. Just didn't do it. I'll get it stopped. They can't do that. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. Then I don't know. Yeah, I'll talk more about that later or something, what's going on. I'll catch you guys later. See ya.